Meet Princess Destiny by Natalie Clausner. Meet Princess Destiny. She went to medical school and learned how to become a doctor. Her special power is knowing how to heal people. She helps the people of Royalwood feel better when they are sick. She lives in Royalwood in a castle on Royal Hills Street. Royalwood is a beautiful city filled with princesses and their families. The princesses each have an important role to play in the city. Her family is from Ethiopia. Princess Destiny always starts her day the same way. She wakes up and turns on her favorite music by the Royal Hill Girls. She dances around her room getting ready for work. She brushes her teeth, washes her face, and gets dressed in one of her favorite outfits. She eats a healthy breakfast and then puts on her lab coat with her name, Dr. Destiny, on it. She then places her stethoscope around the back of her neck. This is because Princess Destiny is the city doctor and her special power is knowing how to heal people. Destiny heads to her clinic where she helps people who are sick. Her clinic is called Destined to Heal. It has toys, games, and books for kids to have fun with while they wait. The clinic is always filled with people, which keeps Destiny busy. After Destiny finishes treating a little boy with a scraped knee, one of Destiny's friends, Princess Sierra, brings her little sister Parker in. "What's wrong, Parker?" asks Destiny. "I am cold and tired, and my throat hurts," says Parker. "She has also had a bad fever for a couple of days, Dest," says Princess Sierra. Destiny checks Parker's temperature with her thermometer. It shows 39 degrees Celsius. "Looks like you have a fever," says Destiny. She looks into her mouth using a tongue depressor and sees her throat is red with white spots. Destiny looks at her notes. She uses her medical knowledge to figure out what's wrong with Parker. "Bye, Destiny, I've got it," she says. "It looks like you have strep throat." "How do I make it go away?" asked Parker. "I'm going to prescribe you some medicine, and you should feel better soon," says Destiny. "Remember, children shouldn't touch medicine, so make sure your mommy or daddy gives this to you." Destiny hands Princess Sierra a prescription for the medication. She also tells Princess Sierra to make Parker some chicken soup. That always helps Destiny feel better. Parker loves chicken soup and leaves the clinic happy. "Thanks, Dr. Destiny," she says, and waves goodbye. "You're the best, Dest. I'll see you later," says Princess Sierra. After they leave, Mrs. Feelgood calls the clinic and says she's not feeling so good. Since Destiny doesn't have any more patients at the clinic, she decides to visit Mrs. Feelgood at home to check her. Mrs. Feelgood is an elderly patient, so Destiny doesn't mind doing a house call for her. She grabs her doctor bag with her stethoscope, thermometer, blood pressure cuff, gloves, and mask and heads out. Destiny arrives at Mrs. Feelgood's house and greets her at the door. Once inside, she sits down on Mrs. Feelgood's comfortable pink couch. Every princess likes a good pink couch. "What seems to be the problem, Mrs. Feelgood?" asks Destiny. "I have a rash. I can't stop sneezing, and my eyes are itchy, red, and watering all the time. I can barely see anything," says Mrs. Feelgood. Destiny notices Mrs. Feelgood has 2 different colored socks on, but decides not to tell her. Destiny checks Mrs. Feelgood's temperature and sees that it is 36.5 degrees Celsius, which is perfect. "It doesn't look like you have a fever," says Destiny. Then she checks her blood pressure using the blood pressure cuff, and it is just right. Finally, she looks in her mouth using a tongue depressor, and her throat looks clear. "You look pretty healthy to me. I wonder what it could be," says Destiny. She lists off Mrs. Feelgood's symptoms again. Rash, sneezing, itchy and watery eyes. Destiny's medical knowledge kicks in again, and her eyes light up. "Are you allergic to anything?" she asks. Mrs. Feelgood thinks for a second and says, "Well, I just got a bunch of flowers from Mr. Feelgood, and that's when the symptoms started." "By Destiny, I've got it," says Destiny. "You're allergic to the flowers." Destiny provides Mrs. Feelgood with a prescription for allergy medicine. "You should feel better really soon," says Destiny. Then she washes her hands in the bathroom before heading to the door. "Thank you so much, Dr. Destiny," says Mrs. Feelgood. She looks down and says, "Am I wearing 2 different socks?" Destiny laughs and says goodbye. She gets in her car and heads home. Princess Destiny arrives home to her castle and changes from her lab coat to her favorite party dress. She heads to Princess Sierra's house for a fun dance party with all their friends. She definitely deserves it after a long day of helping people. Glossary of terms. Blood pressure, or BP, how hard the heart is pumping to move blood through the body. The heart is a muscle, and blood pressure is measured when the heart is pumping and when it is relaxing. Blood pressure cuff, a tool used to measure a person's blood pressure. It is wrapped around the top of the arm like a hug for the arm, and then pumped up to measure the flow of blood. Celsius, the temperature scale used to describe how hot or cold something is. Prescription, an instruction written by a doctor to provide a patient with medicine or treatment. Stethoscope, a tool that is used to listen to the lungs and heart. Symptoms, a description of how your body is feeling at a point in time. Thermometer, a tool used to measure someone's temperature, how hot or cold they are inside their body. And tongue depressor, a small flat piece of wood used to press down the tongue to look at the mouth or throat. Meet the other princesses. Princess Sierra, born in Israel, job psychologist. Special power, she helps people talk about their problems and feelings. Princess Blake, born in Canada, job owns her own business, the Blakery. Special power, she successfully runs her business and provides the people of Royalwood with delicious treats. Princess Robin, birth country United States, job dentist. Special power, she helps people keep their teeth and gums healthy. Princess Mara, birth country Japan, job mayor. Special power, she leads the people of Royalwood. Princess Halal, birth country Peru, job architect. Special power, she designs and builds amazing buildings and houses. Princess Kaylee, born in India, job nutritionist. Special power, she helps people eat healthy and live a healthy lifestyle. Dr. Princess Destiny, learning connections to STEM, literacy, character and career education, inclusion, global competencies, diversity, and equality. Now let's connect to the story. Pause the video when answering. Why do you think the author wrote a story about a girl becoming a doctor? How is the clinic, Destined to Heal, different or like your doctor's clinic? Verbs are action words that characters do. The verb words usually end in ing or ed. Identify 5 different verbs that the story characters do in the story. Nouns are words that are people or characters, places or settings, or things. In the story, identify 3 people, 3 places, and 3 things. Adjectives are words that describe extra information about people, places, or things. Nouns. Identify 3 adjectives in the story. Dr. Princess Destiny helps people in the story. How have you helped people and how did you feel? Narrative stories have a problem and a solution. Describe a problem in the story and how it was solved. Identify 2 character traits that would help when being a doctor. Which of these traits does Dr. Princess Destiny show? Which traits does your own doctor show when you visit? It is very important for a patient to describe their symptoms with detail so the doctor can help, like Parker and Mrs. Feelgood did for Dr. Princess Destiny. Think of a time when you have gone to the doctor. Describe what was wrong so that your doctor could help you. Discuss what these vocabulary words mean. Prescription, scraped, medication, clinic, elderly, and patients. In the past, women were often not allowed to be doctors. Now many women are doctors like Dr. Princess Destiny. What do you think changed so this could happen? How does that make you feel? Identify some ways Dr. Princess Destiny has helped her patients using evidence from the story. Describe how your doctor has helped you. How are they the same or different? A narrative story has characters, a setting, a problem, and a solution. Is this a story narrative? Explain your thinking using examples and evidence from the story. Pause the video and read about the author.